What's going on, TW fans? Thomas here with this week's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. March is here. That means we're doing everything we can to live out on the water, chasing that good red hot bite. Hopefully you guys are doing the same. If not, that's all right. I got some cool new products here to distract you with and keep you daydreaming for that ice to melt and you guys to get back out on the water, start chasing some of them green fish. All right, we're gonna jump right in with the new one from Temple Fork Outfitters. This is the TFO Tactical Glass Casting Rod. So this thing is tailor-made to enhance your presentation on any of your reaction or moving baits. And it does a great job doing it. It does that through its unique 60-40 blend. That's a carbon to a glass blank on this one here that really helps you cast, load, and manage surging fish, really efficiently. Up on top, we have a nice guide train here. It's the Pac-Bay Minima SV stainless steel guide, so you're gonna get smooth performance out of those, quiet casting, accurate casting. And then again, it's right on top of that awesome blank that's also really lightweight and well balanced. So any of your favorite moving baits, square bills, deep divers, lipless, chatterbaits, anything like that, this rod is gonna handle it with ease. Moving down the blank here, we have a nice ergonomic reel seat, so a full day of chucking and winding, it's not gonna wear you out. It's gonna be nice and comfortable in your hand. Further down, we got some premium cork that is bookended here with some EVA foam and also our hook keeper on the bottom. So just a really high quality, awesome rod that's gonna be great for any of your favorite reaction baits. Definitely wanna check that one out. Add it to the inventory here, get it on that rod deck. All right, speaking of moving baits, let's jump in with a new one from 10,000 Fish. We have one that I'm really excited about here. This is the 10,000 Fish Cyclebait Spinnerbait. Now I say spinnerbait, but I'm sure you can tell right off the bat, this thing is pretty unique, which is tough to do. The spinnerbait market is full of a bunch of awesome spinnerbaits. How do you make something different? How do we make it unique? How do we make it something the bass haven't seen before? 10,000 Fish figured out a way. Right off the bat, you're gonna notice that these premium blades are not attached with a standard swivel. Instead, they have this interlocking ring device. And so instead of rotating, these blades are actually gonna flutter and flip-flop back and forth, which is gonna change the whole action of the spinnerbait. Rather than running straight, this thing is gonna wobble and slither and wind and wander kind of over those grass flats, along vegetation, anything like that. So just give it a completely different look than any of your standard spinnerbaits on there. 10,000 Fish says that not only is that a new and unique look for those bass, it also more accurately and naturally mimics fleeing bait fish. So it's gonna be definitely a unique and interesting one that you're gonna wanna tie on. So as we head down the wire here, away from that unique blade attachment, we have a durable head with a great paint job on there. This one actually has a bunch of flake and sparkles in there for you, so it's just another layer of attraction. 3D molded gills, 3D molded eyes, and as I mentioned, a durable paint job. So as you're bumping it over rocks, it's getting hammered by big bass, it's not gonna fall apart on you. It's not gonna flake, it's not gonna scratch, it's gonna hold up. Speaking of holding up, we can move down to the hand-tied skirt. It's a soft, flowing, pulsating skirt, which is critical for spinnerbait fishing for that natural presentation. And as I mentioned at the beginning, hand-tied, so it's not going anywhere season after season, cast after cast, fish after fish. Under this skirt, we have a dual molded keeper system. So you have the molded keeper on this side, and then on the other side you have your wire keeper that's molded onto the shank as well. So when you're threading on your favorite paddle tail, single, double tail grub, even a craw, creature bait, something like that, you're gonna be able to thread it on there nice and securely. No messy glues to mess up the skirt, no toothpick trick, it's gonna stay on there. Business end features a mustad, razor sharp hook, so you can get reliable hook sets. Now this is available in 2 different blade configurations, so we're gonna kind of take a look at some of the similarities and differences to them now. So in my hand I have the Colorado, naturally. It features this Colorado blade with an aggressive cup on there. It's gonna throw a lot of thump, heavy vibration in the water, and it has 4 interlocking rings. This one's gonna be good if you wanna fish a little bit deeper, a little bit slower, maybe in, over, around vegetation. It has a fixed head on there, so it's gonna bounce over that cover, nice, smooth, easy. Nighttime, dirty, stained water, anything like that, you're gonna be in good shape with that Colorado. Now let's take a look at their other option, the Willow blade. So I have 3 rings and a coupler on this one. So it's just gonna flip back and forth a little bit faster and gonna throw more flash, which is kind of what willow bladed spinnerbaits are designed to do. You're really calling in that flash with those fish. As you move down the wire here, you're gonna see a free swinging head design that's gonna do a couple of things that I really like. One, it's gonna give you just another layer of action to your trailer. So not only, if you have a paddle tail on here, not only is it gonna be kicking from that tail, but you're also gonna get that swinging action from the head of this bait. Not only that, once you actually do hook up with one of those fish that's interested in your spinnerbait, it's gonna take away the leverage from that fish. So it's not gonna be able to throw the hook as easily because it's got that free swinging head design. So unique, innovative, cool new options from 10,000 Fish. You definitely wanna give those a try this season. All right, let's take a look at some line. We got a new one from Seaguar. This is the Seaguar Premier Fluoro Leader line. A little bit more expensive than some of the other lines on the market for good reason. This is one of Seaguar's strongest fluorocarbons to date. It's actually 42% stronger knot strength than most other fluorocarbons on the market, for a couple reasons here. One, it has their dual construction design. So it actually has kind of two resins to it. It has a soft exterior resin. It's going to give it a supple feel, and that's where you get that knot strength from. And then it has a more dense, hard inner core. That's going to give you that tensile strength. That's going to prevent it from breaking when, you know, snagging or you have a big fish on the line, anything like that. It's going to hold up strong. Of course, you're going to get all the same great benefits of fluorocarbon, reduced stretch, it's going to sink for you, but this one also is going to have excellent bite transmission, so it's a really, really sensitive line. So if you were to compare this one to, say, I don't know, Seaguar's red or blue label, you're going to find that this one's a smaller diameter, yet it's stronger. And also it's going to have some reduced memory thanks to that soft outer core. So an exciting new leader line. It's going to be a great, you know, it comes in a 25-yard spool here, so great for a shock absorber, just a top shot, any leader applications like that. Definitely want to check that one out from Seaguar. All right, let's transition into some finesse stuff. We got some new finesse weights and a flipping weight, so not all finesse, but all tungsten from Denali. This is the Denali Kovert series tungsten weights. Got a few new options for you. So all of them are going to feature a 97% tungsten construction. By now, I'm sure you guys all know the key benefits of tungsten, but we'll go over a couple of them now. It's going to be more of a compact design, so that's going to keep the fish focused on your bait rather than your weight with that smaller profile. Yet that density is going to be just as heavy as its lead counterparts, but in that smaller package. It's also going to translate into greater sensitivity. So as you're hopping it, dragging it, slithering along the bottom, you're going to feel that change in contours along the bottoms, transition between structures. You're going to feel everything with that dense tungsten construction, and of course, any of those finesse lighter bites. We're going to start talking with the flipping weight here. So it's going to have a durable paint job on the exterior, available in 2 different colors. That's obviously important as you're banging this over some rocks or throwing in some of that more complex cover. That finish on it is going to stand up, and it's going to stay true throughout the life of this bait. On the interior, there is no insert. Instead, what they did was they have a diamond polished interior. So no insert, but you still get a super, super smooth interior that's not going to have anything in there that can nick, cut, or any extra abrasion that's going to damage your fluorocarbon, braided line, monofilaments, anything like that. So no insert, yet it's still super smooth for great performance. They also have 2 drop shot options. We have the teardrop style on this side, and then just your more pencil version on this side. Both of them feature that quick line clip attachment on there, so you're able to adjust your leader length on the fly. So however high up you want your plastic from your weight, you can adjust that super quick and in a hurry. And then also on those clip, they have a swivel. So that's going to help reduce any of your line twists if you're fishing it vertically or even just working it back to the boat. So obviously some excellent features there. So that teardrop one, like I mentioned, if you're looking for something a little bit more, it's going to slide through those rocks, boulders, crevices easier. You can switch over to that straight pencil style. So some cool options, tungsten options from Denali. All right, let's take a look at maybe some drop shot baits that will work well with those drop shot weights. First up, from Dry Creek, I have the Dry Creek Drop Shot Craw. As the name implies, this one is tailor-made for your drop shotting technique on there. In size, shape, profile, details, it's all made for that drop shot. So as a fish, if you're working this kind of higher in the water column, the fish comes up and gets to stare at it, it's just gonna be more and more convinced the longer it looks at this thing. You're getting that hand-poured quality that you seem to only be able to get from some of those smaller companies. From the claws up front, the antennae, the little appendages along the side, the segmented body and tail, and even these little 3D eyes that protrude from the body itself. Highly detailed, loaded with salt, soft, stretchy, yet still durable. I think our smallmouth enthusiasts are going to really like that one. So that's the Drop Shot Craw. All right, another one from Dry Creek. We have the Ripple Tail Worm. So now this one's marketed as their 5-inch Ripple Tail Worm, but as you can see in my hand, I mean, sure, when you stretch it out 5 inches easily, but as you can see in my hand here, it's a finesse plastic for sure. So you can use this one on your drop shot, maybe a light split shot, even a finesse Carolina rig. Heck, you could throw this on a little shaky head. It's going to excel at all those finesse presentations. So when the bite's tough, the conditions are hard, I mean, you want to tie this one on. It's going to get limited in the boat. So you have ribbed body up top here. It's going to give you a little bit more of a natural presentation, maybe disturb some water, and then it comes down to this aggressive, curly hook tail side. So as you're swimming this one through the water or working on a shaky head, you're going to get a tremendous amount of action that bass simply can't refuse. So there's another great finesse option from Dry Creek. Last one from Dry Creek, we have their new Twisted Tube. This one is really catching popularity on the tournament circuit. This thing is cashing some serious checks. Again, another great option for smallmouth, but largemouth as well. That tube is able to mimic so many different kinds of forage that bass, feast on. So again, we're gonna get really high quality, hand poured, just meticulous detailing. Every once in a while with some of those laminates or, dual colored baits, seems like every one that you pull out of the package is a little bit different than the previous. One has kind of more of the color you're looking for than the other. Not with these. These are super consistent. Every one that you pull out of the package is going to look great. It's going to look the same, have that same dual color. On top here I have a green pumpkin, on the bottom I have a little bit more of a white color. Again, loaded with salt, really soft, yet still durable. So just an awesome soft plastic to add to your arsenal. All right, now we're going to transition back into the terminal stuff. Perhaps you can actually use one of these Ned heads on, or maybe that drop shot craw. This one is from Buckeye. I have the Buckeye Mushroom Jig Head. This is a great little Ned jig head on this one. It's the mushroom style, so it's rounded, yet as you can see, it stands up easily. So that's excellent and pretty important for Ned fishing. You want that vertical presentation as you're hopping, skipping, and dragging that along any boulders. Speaking of those boulders, we got a durable painted head on there, so as you're working the bait over any of those rocks, it's not going to chip, it's not going to flake, it's not going to fail on you. A wire keeper on the back here. Again, no glues when you're threading your plastic on, and we have a Mustad Ultra Point hook. It's going to give you reliable, fast penetration, confident hook sets. If you're looking for a little bit bulkier of a profile, or maybe want to slow down your rate of fall, Buckeye's got you covered with their Mushroom Jig. So similar to the one that we just looked at, but now obviously featuring one of their skirts. It's a nice, soft, flowing skirt. So like I mentioned, it's going to kind of bulk up your profile. If you want something a little bit bigger to make your Ned bait stand out from the pack, this might help. Or if you're looking to slow down your rate of fall, the skirt is going to do that. In addition to the skirt, it also has a dual wire keeper on there, so if you're dealing with some vegetation, grass, it's going to shed any of that unwanted vegetation nice and easy, yet still collapsing so you can get a good hook set. Again, just like the last one, we have the same wire keeper and a Mustad Ultra Point hook, so just quality components from top to bottom. All right, we're going to wrap this one up with some new series from Lunkerhunt. Now this is something that was released actually at last year's iCast, but we finally got them in stock. We're super stoked on them. So this is the Lunkerhunt Bait Shifter series. So it actually comes as kind of a whole kit, a whole setup. So we're going to talk about each of those components right now. It starts with their Bait Shifter Jig. Now this is tailor-made to slide into those plastics that we were just looking at a second ago, easy, efficiently, and most importantly, quickly. So when it's tournament day, if you're getting your soft plastic torn up, you're gonna be able to thread one of these new plastic onto this super quick. There's no more lining up the hook point or anything like that, which I'll show you in a minute, but it's just a pretty unique design on this one. Internally, we got the weight on here and a 60-degree bend on the eye. That's gonna give you a couple of key advantages. One, it's in the perfect pulling point for when you're setting that hook, and it's also gonna keep these swim baits balanced and working horizontal, so more natural presentation in the water. If you guys are any saltwater enthusiasts out there, this is a corrosion-resistant salt hook, so you can use this both, multi-species, multi-kinds of water, so a nice solid hook. Now let's look at the plastics themselves. Available in two body styles, we have their shad and we have the minnow shape. So two of the most common forages the bass are seeing in any body of water, whether it be lake, river systems, anything like that, you're gonna be able to use these with confidence. They are really detailed. We have the exposed dorsal fin up top and some 3D molded pectoral fins, 3D molded eyes that are actually painted on there, and then these aggressive kicking boot tails. So a really effective way to target a variety of species of fish, and then I'm gonna show you the system for them right now. So super quick and easy when you're on the water here getting ready to thread one of these bad boys on. You're just going to take it and slide in like this. There's no more trying to line up the hook point. Pops right out the top. You're ready to go. That was fast. That was quick. I slowed it down a little bit to show you guys. So you can imagine when it's tournament day, maybe your hands are shaky a little bit. You're chasing that check. You can get these threaded on perfectly, precisely, and quickly. So that's more time with your line lure in the water. So it's gonna be available in both these. These are actually available in kits as well, so you can buy just the bodies like you see here. We also have kits where it comes with the bodies and a jig hook, or you can buy just the jig hooks themselves. So we really cover all the bases from Lunkerhunt. Great option. You're gonna wanna have that ready to go when tournament season rolls around. All right, so we looked at some cool stuff to fish. We just looked at a neat rod to fish them with. Now what are we gonna wear? Well, St. Patrick's Day is coming up for you, so whether you're gonna be drinking some green beverages, chasing some green fish, or a mixture of the two, Tackle Warehouse has you covered with the Tackle Warehouse St. Patrick's Day t-shirt. Ultra comfortable, and it shows off your Irish pride. A little bit of green on there to keep you from getting pinched, so it's just gonna keep you looking good in whatever activity you're doing this St. Patrick's Day. That's gonna wrap up this week's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. To learn more about these products or to shop for them, make sure to click shop or the link in the description below. If you enjoy this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you wanna see more like it, don't forget to subscribe. Also, let us know in the comments below which one of these baits are most pumped about, whether you think these Cyclebaits are really gonna be awesome, or give them a try. Let us know what your biggest fish is on them. All right, we'll see y'all next week.